During the banquet, all attending guests heard two gunshots from the courtyard. When the guests arrived at the scene, they found the primary suspect, Callus, holding a gun, while his acquaintance, Jacques, lay dead from a gunshot wound. The guards' investigation did not recover any other firearms from the scene. As a result, they concluded that the suspect's first shot must have missed, while the second must have taken Jacques' life. The suspect did not dispute this conclusion, and also declined to defend himself in court. Instead, he chose to prove his innocence through a duel. Callus was defeated by champion duelist Clarand in the ensuing duel, and soon succumbed to the injuries. These are the known facts about the case.
The one with the motive to kill was Jacques, not my father. And even so, Jacques still had no reason to pull the trigger. In truth, the third person shot Jacques first, and was shot in turn by my father when my father seized the gun from him. After that, the true culprit turned the third person into water, erasing all traces of him from the scene. Thank you for the summary, Your Honor. Of course, the guard... However, we should revisit the case now that we've gained new information about the abilities of water from the primordial sea. This assassin first shot Jacques, then turned to shoot Callus, only for Callus to wrestle the gun from him and kill him instead. The testimony of the victim's family confirms that Jacques had thoughts of assassinating Callus when he set out for the banquet. However, in the end, he reconsidered, and instead shared everything with Callus. Unfortunately for Jacques, the true culprit had already considered this possibility. Was found at the scene. The guards once believed they were used by Jacques as a cop, but now it is clear that the clothes were proof that there was a third person at the scene, and that they were turned into water after since it was raining that day, the culprit was confident that they could use the rain to wash away all traces of their dissolved accomplice. Realizing this, the true culprit caused the hired assassin to dissolve into water, leading everyone to believe Callus was responsible for Jacques' murder. would happen.
Wait, you're telling me something as dangerous as water from the...
What a great theory. It also explains Callus's and Jacques' respective motives. I guess they didn't shoot each other out.
Mr. Marcel, you are the one being charged with the crime. You should provide a...
But I think I agree with everything Navia just said. In fact, there was nothing in her...
Then, may I ask some questions? In my one, do you have the evidence to...
I'm afraid not.
Boo! If you don't have any...
I may not have the evidence with me, but I know where I could go to collect it. If we look up the deserted clothes against a record of people who went missing around the same time, we should be able to find a match. Considering the serial disappearances case...
That makes sense to me. Monsieur Neuvillette, I would consider this...
Why do I feel like Farina's acting a...
Maybe she's scared of embarrassing herself again?
Alternatively, she's become more diligent after...
My second question has to do with the ensuing duel. Then why didn't Mr. Callus explain himself in court? If he had...
I've thought about this too, and the answer is actually pretty simple. He felt there were things up... The dissolving power of water from the primordial sea is an important secret for the true culprit of... My father could have exposed it for all to see, but he chose... At that time, Spina di Rosula was in dire straits, and his reputation had already been shattered. What was certain, however, was that it would paint a gigantic target on my...
Boss once told me that Demoiselle had already been selected as the next...
What?
If the secret had gotten out, the culprit would have fought an all-out war with Espina right there and then. Of course, the guards might eventually figure out the truth of the matter and determine that we were... But what good would that do? How can had this opera house ever given my father any kind of confidence in its brand of justice? Spina di Rosula, but by staying silent, we retained the ability to deter our opponents. I was able to become Spina di Rosula's president, which made me harder to target, as well as giving me more time to... And once I have figured out the truth and stepped up to the challenge, I will do what this opera house cannot, and restore...
So, you mean to say, your father intended to die?
That's right.
Do you have any proof?
Of course. All you need is to ask his opponent, Clarand. I don't need your apology, your guilt, or your... But since he entrusted his will to you, Clarand...
So, during the
Yes, I did. As a champion duelist, I've fought many battles and taken a countless number of dishonored lives. In my line of work, I've seen all kinds of people give their all for the faintest hope to continue live. Just one look and I can tell if a duelist is hoping to live, or if they're... I hereby swear on my name and honor as a champion duelist that Mr. Callus never intended to leave the ring alive.
Since that's your testimony, I have no more questions.
I concur. However, Miss Navia, you still have not explained the link between your father's case and the serial disappearances case.
Right? What she said was fascinating, but...
Wait, weren't they just talking about the series?
Of course, Your Honor. The two cases are connected via a matter of timing. In my father's case, the culprit intended to kill both Jacques and Callus. As a result, they planned to act after hearing 2 gunshots. And, at the end of Linny's trial, the culprit also only dissolved the victim in front of everyone because they realized they were at risk of being identified. The culprit could only time their actions so precisely if they were already... Coincidentally, Marcel attended both the banquet and the trial.
So that's why you suspected me. Even after... I'm used to it, though. You've always been an impulsive and sentimental...
No need to appeal to pathos.
I won't try to refute your points one by one, but even if everything you just said was true, Can you prove that I was the only person present? On top of that, does a person have to be physically present to control the timing? Can't someone remote... No, I know that even with that, you might still think you can reduce the list of Alas, who won't feel at least a little hurt by an accusation of murder from a girl you see as your own daughter? But if I were to dismiss this completely, you'd also think I'm not being considerate of your feelings. Do you know what the biggest flaw in your reasoning is?
I suppose you're gonna tell me anyways.
It's timing again. I'm a businessman by trade. From that standpoint, there's no reason for me to kidnap young women. It's a high-risk action with nothing to gain. In addition, I left my home in Snezhnaya when I was young to come to Poisson and work in some trade. My business only thrived when I received Callus's patronage. But the disappearances began before I ever stepped foot in Fontaine.
I do apologize, demoiselle. This...
No, it's not your fault.
Is there anything else? You can also take a look at my border entry records. Or ask, could those records and testimonies do something to appease the
Seems like she got the wrong guy.
At this rate, Nagi will be convicted for false...
I think you've done a superb job of dissecting your but aren't you going against all of his wishes and expectations right now? He wished for you to become more rational, collected, and conscientious, instead of dwelling only on your own feelings. Once you've learned to be more considerate of others' feelings and to stop rushing headlong into things, you'd have met most of his expectations.
This isn't just about me. And the biggest difference between me and the rest of the victims is that I still have the ability to search for the truth. While that same the people whose families were destroyed, many people's image. And whose image? Is it a man named Vacher?
Huh.
Oh, so you do know that name?
I'm merely surprised you'd suddenly say the name of someone I've never even heard of.
I was waiting for you to say that.
Quietly now.
Higher, higher, pants on fire!
Whoa! The floor is going up! Is it because of this mechanism in the middle? That guy really prepared a lot of stuff for this place. Go up, but Paimon doesn't see a way. Let's take a look around. Maybe we'll find a hidden mechanism that'll show us the way up. to the top. But this is still a ways away from where we need to go.
Illusion shattered!
Time to go. The wind knows me.
Shine down!
As one with wind and cloud.
Gotcha!
Now the path is clear. Let's go!
Things are about to get dicey. Quietly now.
See? Time to go!
Now you shall perish!
After all, though, as expected, the mastermind isn't here. That's right. Then let's hurry up and find some evidence so we... What's all this? Pink accessories, a hair tie, a necklace, even a makeup box. Oh, Paimon sees it too, but why are all the... Huh? You mean the girls from... And then they were turned into... And all the boxes of things. They snake... Let's see what's written here. Nothing escaped... Callus. Navia's father. Oh, this seems to be an investigation report on him. This should prove the existence of the third person, right? We still have not determined the old dog's a real... He can act whenever he wants to make... I concur. Let's send someone to kill him. Oh, seems like we've got a bunch of correspondence between the higher-ups. What's this over here? Looks like some kind of... Experiment number 16 aims to verify Jacob Ingold's research conclusions. The experiment was a failure. No individual managed to resurface from the water from the primordial sea. worry, Traveler. Paimon will try her best. How can someone write something that terrible and let you read the rest? Paimon's too scared to keep going. So that's why he did all of these. Wait, did he really think he'd be able to find a way just by dissolving people over and over? That's just insane! Huh? Isn't that the name you heard by the fountain? Paimon thought he was an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case. You mean Vache is the one who did all of these... experiments? So that's it? No, that's not it either! If that's the case, why would he want people to resurface from the water? In any case... Whoa! There's so much synth here! And so many bottles of ingredients that probably just contain the waters of the primordials. Mixing in progress. Ready? Whoa! There's even fruit-flavored synth? Yep, it's... Oh, look! There's an important-looking basin over here, and it's full of water! That means this is where they make all the synth! And that's, if you dilute it with normal water, you'll get synth, but the pure stuff can dissolve a human! Paimon will take notes on this incriminating We've looked at almost everything here, and it seems like, we haven't found anything that revealed. No wonder even Neuvillette wasn't able to find anything. Whoever it is, probably that way. Even if we bring all this back to the opera, we won't be able to identify the true culprit. Sure thing. Paimon won't... You take that side, and Paimon will take this side. Nothing at all. And Paimon can't even find snacks either. Whoa, really? Let Paimon see. Vinier. Isn't that Vache's lover's name? Then you found... Aw. It's just a normal diary chronicling... So many! A whole page's worth! But they're all... The final name she Marcel! Wait, but... Marcel's pretty old! Has this case been going on for so long that he's Vache and Vinier's grown...
And whose image do you see? Is it a man named Vash? Oh.
I've merely
I was waiting for—
Navia! We're back!
as expected of my partner.
Just how often do you intend to flout?
It's all right, Monsieur Nervalette. Given their confidence,
But the truth of it, Marcel, is that you've always been Vache.
Huh?
We've investigated your lair, and we are— After your lover, Venier, was dissolved, you kept abducting young women to experiment on the hopes of bringing her back to you. You even created Marcel as a new identity, and destroyed—
so that's it. Even the villains in opera perform— And with that, Marcel—
This information regarding your past also dismantled— Well, Marcel, you fixated your gaze on the lover that passed away, instead of paying attention to the living people around. So, you never noticed how we changed, or how we grew as individuals.
You also never understood Boss's real expectations for his daughter.
Or our determination to see things through.
Your determination.
Mr. Marcel, please speak up now if you would like to defend yourself.
Do you really pay attention to you? What for? Have you ever paid attention to me? Ever empathized with my— No one helped me. No one even believed me. All those decades ago, even the officers from they said there's no way a human being can turn into water. So I must have gone mad from grief. Well, now you know, don't you? Ha! Well, if you only have yourselves to blame. You set up this ornate opera house in pursuit of your so-called justice, your beloved drama, while turning a blind eye to Venier is dead. We promised each other that we would always be together, wherever she goes. But I'm not from this blasted place, so I can't be dissolved. No matter—
Hey, is that water from the primordial sea that he's drinking?
I can't dissolve! Can't dissolve! Can't dissolve! Do you all see? I can't go! I can't follow! So if I can't go where she is, what choice do I have? But I did all of that. And in the end, that accursed Callus still got the better of me. I spent my entire life living on pins and needles, only to get stabbed by—
The suspect is exhibiting signs of mental distress. Guards, please—
Don't touch me! Don't anybody come near me! Venier, please, Venier, don't think badly—
At this point, the verdict of this trial is clear. With Mr. Marcel's conviction—
Fine by me. I was in a bad mood, but after a show like that—
Traveler, please submit all the evidence you have collected to the guards, so that— The man now known as Marcel was originally named Vache and worked as an adventurer with his partner and lover Venier. During an underwater expedition, Venier accidentally came into contact with water from the primordial sea and was dissolved in front of Vache. Vache learned of the primordial water's existence through the work of others and began to kidnap young women for research, with the goal of discovering a method to cover his tracks. He invented the new alias of Marcel and began to operate a business in Poisson. During the course of his research, Vache discovered that a diluted concoction of water from the primordial sea can induce feelings of euphoria, and began to However, as he accumulated wealth to fund his continued research and expanded the scope, he came into conflict with Spina di Rosula. After exchanging blows with Spina di Rosula for many years, Vache decided to assassinate their president Callus at a banquet. Although the assassination did not go as Vache expected, he was able to turn Callus into— And just recently, Vache attempted to frame Linny as the culprit of the serial disappearances case, using a similar method. However, his attempt to frame Linny failed, and the power of water from the primordial sea became public knowledge. This case also exposed enough of Vache's machinations that he was thus concludes the enigmatic history of the serial disappearances case. The Oratrice will now deliver the final verdict regarding... According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale, Mr. Vache is guilty.
Guards! Take Vache away.
Good. It's what he did.
With that, the serial disappearance...
We really just witnessed history. Who would have thought the true culprit?
Yippee! We have Navia bring... He's hurt so many innocent people. Huh? Are you okay?
Demoiselle, you were absolute...
The day our late boss had always hoped for has finally come.
Yeah. Yeah. It's fine. See, Papa?
Well now, hasn't this been a most delicious piece of drama? The villain has been caught, justice has been served, passed wrong. Since it's been such a great show, I'll just let the false accusations against me slide. Either way, I've still got...
Please wait just one moment, Mr. Tartaglia.
Ugh, what now? None of this
According to court protocol, since this trial was initiated due to a charge against you, a verdict must also be made regarding the initial charge before the trial can conclude.
Oh, come on. Is this really necessary? Haven't you already caught the real criminal?
Please respect the laws of Fontaine. This has always been the rule.
All right, but this sure is a lot of hassle. All I need to do is stand over there, right?
Through evidence presented in the public trial that was just held, it has been established that Mr. Tartaglia has no direct connection to the guilty party has been identified, and thus it is logical to suppose Mr. Tartaglia is innocent. We now turn to the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale to render the According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique guilty.
What?
Hey! That's not funny! What's with this verdict? Is your justice machine malfunctioning?
Huh? This has never happened before. The Oratrice...
I mean, have you ever heard of an innocent Fatui Harbinger? Do you think the Oratrice might...
But weren't the charges about the serial disappearances case? No matter what else he's guilty of, it shouldn't affect the verdict in this case, right?
The judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale is, by law, the final verdict of the court. We must accept the guilty verdict. Guards, please take this up.
So this is how justice is done in Fontaine. What a joke. You've got your rules. Well, I've got mine too!
I am sorry. If you have been wronged, we will find the truth. But the rules of the court must be upheld.
Hey, Monsieur Nouvelette, what's going on?
Apologies. This is also the first time I've encountered such a situation. However, according to the rules established at the conception of all I do is follow court procedure. As for why the Oratrice arrived at the conclusion it did, you should probably ask someone more knowledgeable than me.
What does Lady Verena mean by that?
She says she has no idea either, but that's...
Yeah, so are the verdicts reliable or not? Can results like this really...
My dearest citizens, did you really? Don't tell me. You thought even I had been blindsided by the...
But the way she looked just now, it was pretty obvious she had...
However, given the state of things, I shall give you an explanation. Everything that just took place, including my supposed shock and bafflement, and, of course, for every performance there is a script. Everything has a... If you thought Child had nothing to do with the serial disappearances case, it is all everything he's done, not to mention the danger he poses, are beyond ordinary comprehension, and all shall be revealed in time. You will come to understand my Now, having said that, although I hate to leave things hanging in suspense, it is now time for this...
So she chose to make her escape after all, did she?
So you're saying we shouldn't put much stock into what she just...
She probably just put on that performance to save face. As for the truth, it's unlikely that she... However, please be assured that I will continue to investigate this case in a personal capacity. Just as I promised, if the judgment has been incorrect...
All right. After all, he's done... Oh, Monsieur Neuvillette! That power you showed when you took him down.
I'm the Chief Justice of Fontaine, of course. If officers of the law lack the strength and capability to enforce it... Sure.
What is the situation? Take it easy.
Hey, what are you doing? Quick, stop him!
Traveler! Hey! Traveler!
Marcel! What are you doing over here?
Stop resisting arrest! Cease, or we'll add another charge!
No, wait! I just want to ask the Traveler something. I'm not looking to run away. Please, just let me ask this one small thing.
Go on.
Thank you. I was being led away when I finally realized something. Where did you first hear the name Vacher? I erased all records of that name. So, unless...
Are you still trying to prove your innocence? Give it up. You've already been convicted.
Really? You did? You're sure? You met her? But how could that be? How did you manage to do it? The Fountain of Lucine? Then she's been so close to... Please give me a chance to talk to her again. Just let the Traveler take me to the fountain to see...
What? Give an inch and you want to...
This request, is it worth as much...
Of course! Wait, no. It's worth even more than my life.
Humans. Will they betray the instinct to live just to satisfy spiritual needs? Very well.
Your Honor.
I will go with him. You do not need...
In that case...
Thank you. Is this the place? You said she's here, but what do I need to do to see her?
Yeah, and even Paimon could hear her after drinking that thing. Didn't you just drink a lot of it on the stage as well? Oh, in that case...
Vache!
Ah!
Yes, that's it!
Vignere, it's me!
Vache?
I'm here! I'm here! Where are...
Hey, wait!
Vignere, is that you? It's me, Vache! Vignere!
Vache? Why did you cut you? You look a lot older than...
It's been more than 20 years. All this time. Oh, I must be dreaming. Vignere, you are my everything. I really don't know how I could live without you.
But Vache, if you ask me, if not for you, I would have finished my law degree and probably become a top-tier attorney one day. If not for you, I would have continued to pursue my love of the arts, and my works would have been displayed in the Palais Mermonia itself. If not for you, I would at least have been able to take care of my mother. And she would not have grown old and died alone, with nothing but the... It's all because of your selfishness.
Wait, you are not...
You're right. I am not Vignere. I am the sacrifices. Every woman who died by your hand, as our bodies dissolved, our consciousnesses flowed, our thoughts circulated endlessly within the primordial sea. I'm Cressy. I'm Lemonade. I'm Azine. The only one...
Why? But then...
She doesn't want to see you anymore. This is what you get for your selfishness. Your selfishness robbed us of our lives and our futures. You said time and time again that you'd do any and everything for her. But did you ever consider whether she'd want to see you do the things that you did? If she would despise you for what you became? You are a liar. The only thing you are not is Vignere's beloved. From the moment your first victim died and her consciousness merged with Vignere's, she has had nothing but pure hatred for you.
No! Yeah!
You still don't understand. When I said don't look for me, but on top of that, she also said that she said that because she knew that if you did come here, we will show no mercy to you.
Vache.
Vache? Vache. 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 Drown.
Finally, we have some time to do shopping. Gosh, it's really been a long time since we've been able...
Oh, well met, partner. I knew something great was going to happen when I woke up in such a good mood today.
Even this weather can't put a damper on the...
It's a pleasure to see you both again.
Oh, hey, Navia! It's been a few days. Finally, we have some time to do Sounds like you're really enjoying life these days, Navia. What have you been busy with since the trial?
It's just been one... Everyone from Spina di Rose this time, though. Everyone in Poisson, and even many...
So his name's definitely been cleared now.
It's been the dearest...
That blasted... Oh, by the way, I ran into Charlotte just after I left the memorial service. Well, maybe...
Huh? So you know Charlotte too?
Yeah. Wait, I believe the story was called... To be fair, though, she was trying to lean on our...
Oh, yeah. She told us...
Anyway, I told her to... Oh, and in...
Oh, are you two...
While you were... It was thanks to her that we were able to turn the tide. I wanted to thank her. I mean, there's also no point in being awkward all the time. So we took the chance to reconcile with each other.
Oh, that's great.
Anyway, now that the case has finally been solved, perhaps it will slowly begin to... Oh, actually, there's...
What is it?
I should pay a visit to my father's grave. And on top of that... That...
Miss Navia.
Indeed.
We want to go too.
Sure thing.
And in that case, everyone, let's be off. Considering the recent weather...
Yeah, you're right. This is where my father's grave is.
Huh? There's someone there already.
Hmm?
Isn't that Nervalette? Why would the Chief Justice be here? Huh?
My apologies. I should have asked before coming to pay my respects.
Don't say that.
Sorry about that.
Oh, I was trying... I wanted to show my father how much I've grown, but...
In that case, I will stop
You really could use some pointers on In any case.
There was once a time when I didn't want to believe that there could be anything more important to humans than life itself. Oh, rather than that, which is also why I didn't stop your father from beginning that fateful duel. I believed that a truly innocent man would never throw away his life like that. That there was nothing, should have been nothing more important. But Mr. Callis proved me utterly, and if not for his sacrifice, Mr. Callis, and in the end, from a certain perspective, want a justice that's higher than... So, you asked me why I came here. I just wanted to say my apologies to Mr. Callis in person. This regret has filled me with a sadness that has haunted me for days. That high and mighty chair in the opera Epiclese indeed insulates one from many important things. Spina di Rosula, thank you so much for your...
So, you're actually one of those types that's cold on the...
Sorry about that.
Didn't I just say you don't need to apologize?
Ah, so Navia and Nervalette. Let's not disturb them for now. We could... Paimon's never paid respects at someone's grave, but... Huh? Oh no. Paimon hopes Miss Navia... Anyway, Nervalette is still standing around there. It's not often...
Oh, it's you two. Did Miss Navia...
We ran into Navia on this...
I see. Then...
well...
Please feel free. Though outsiders, you helped us solve one of the greatest mysteries in Fontaine, and it would...
So, at court, the bad guy...
Truthfully, that name is already quite accurate. I can only surmise that Vacher and his ilk only learned of its nature and existence after extensive research. There used to be a special sea on the surface of this planet. The nature of its seawater was rather different from that of the sea we know today. Most of Tevat's life forms were first born in that special sea. You could say it nurtured much of the life on this...
Huh. So it really was where everything
But today, the primordial sea no longer exists on the planet's surface. What Vacher discovered must have been some kind of special case, or...
Huh. So that's how it is. Oh, you really know everything, Monsieur Nervalette.
Indeed. Why would the primordial sea, which was known to engender and nurture life, suddenly revert? To be frank, that also doesn't match my understanding of this world and its laws. There must still be some... Is there anything else you'd... That the sea levels will rise and everyone will be dissolved in water, leaving Farina crying alone on her throne, but the sins of the people will be finally washed away for good. Does that appropriately summarize the version you've heard?
That's right! It was Linny that told us back then. And that about covers all the main points.
Yes, up to the present, I think we reached a point where we have no choice but to confront this prophecy directly. Rumors have it that this prophecy is rooted in the last words the former Hydro Archon left to the world before she passed away.
A prophecy? Of the former Hydro Archon? Wow. This is the first time that we've ever heard of it.
2 parts of the prophecy have already proven correct. The rising sea levels and the ability... Speaking of the prophecy, Farina has also always taken it quite seriously. If the rumors were true...
But with Farina being the way she is, can we really trust her to solve it?
Is there anything else you'd like to ask me? That the sea levels will rise and everyone will be dissolved in water, leaving Farina crying alone on her throne. But does that appropriately summarize the version you've heard?
That's right!
Yes, up to the present, I think we reached a point where we have no choice but to confront this prophecy. Rumors have it that this prophecy is rooted in the last words the former Hydro Archon left to the world before she passed away.
A prophecy? Of the former Hydro Archon?
2 parts of the prophecy have already proven correct. The rising sea levels and the ability of the people of Fontaine to be dissolved. Speaking of the prophecy, Farina has also always taken it quite seriously. Indeed, she has been collecting information and intelligence from across Tevat for... If the rumors were true, then perhaps this prophecy is the conundrum left to Farina by her predecessor.
But with Farina being the way she is, can we really trust her to solve it?
Is there anything else you'd like to ask me about? My apologies. My investigation has still not reached its conclusion. However, I still believe the judgment of the Oratrice was not rendered arbitrarily.
Huh? But you also said you thought he was innocent.
For many years, I have been quite aware that the Oratrice does not simply mechanically repeat the verdict that I give on each case. As a divinely created mechanism, the people's unified faith in the concept of justice is integrated into it. Not only can it produce the incredible power of indemnitium, which is all to say I have been prepared for a situation like this.
Huh. So when Linny told us that he heard a human voice from the room where the Oratrice's core is stored...
I was not aware such a thing had occurred. Perhaps that could serve to prove my conjecture. I will add that to the list of items to investigate. In any case, I am inclined to believe that the Oratrice does have a methodology all its own. We just do not have enough information. Based on Farina's reaction, I doubt even she had any idea what was going on. She managed to bluff her way through it, though, with her time-tested twin tricks of bravado and drama. While we do intend to get to the bottom of this, if we did incorrectly convict him of crimes he did not commit, we will most certainly compensate him to the fullest extent allowed by the law.
If you ask Paimon, the only compensation he'll want is a no...
Is there anything else you'd like? Your sibling, another blonde-haired traveler. If she ever stepped foot in Fontaine, I'm sure she followed our laws to the letter, and had... Is there anything else? Very well. It was my honor to provide you. It will soon be time for me to leave this blissful tranquility behind and return to Palais Memoria.
You really are super busy, Monsieur Neuvillette. Paimon thought you only came here to pay your respects today because you had the day off.
Crime and villainy do not have the day off, and so justice must work around the clock as well. This is merely the nature of a justice's work.
All right. You've got a point. Huh? Paimon just noticed that the rain has stopped.
Take it easy.
Another test subject. Suffocate!
Take it easy.
Just following orders.
Busted. Take it easy.
Wind Strider!